Jake, the film guy, Microbudgeter.com. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can set up a Facebook reach ad.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring.
This is part one of a two-part series. We're going to look at split testing different segments within the reach ad. But first things first, let's talk about the why. Why? Sometimes a video views ad isn't sufficient. Sometimes you just got to get your short film, your video production service, something out there so at the top of the funnel, people know about you. As Grant Cardone says, a lot of businesses die in obscurity, and it's on us to get out of obscurity. The reach campaign is one way to get some attention. Savvy? At the very top of your funnel, you want to reach your audience with your film, your video production service. You can do that. Let's take a look under the hood. But I want to show you something first.
You know, you say one thing and then come up with something totally different. A wife? That's a bad joke, amigo.
It's not a joke.
Because you already told me one thing last time. You told me to burn my cash. And you know what? I did. And now I'm penniless for the next 9 months.
Good. What did you buy?
You tell me, Mr. Clairvoyant.
All right, inside your Facebook Ads Manager, go ahead and click that big green button that says Create. Once you do that, you're going to go to the plethora, that's right, plethora of options that show up in the Facebook Ads Manager. We don't care about any of these except video views. That's a good one. And the reach campaign. Awareness, aptly named, I would say. We are going to call this reach test. Now, I would give it a more indicative name if I were you. Let's say you are a wedding videographer. That's your side hustle, maybe even your full-time gig. You might want to include something in there about the type of people you are trying to reach, such as newlyweds. And I'm going to say 10 miles of Kansas City. That way I know as I go through my dashboard what are the nuts and bolts of that campaign I just created, because I always want to go back and look and see what worked and what didn't work. In this video and in its companion video, part 2, we're going to do a split test. In this first video, we're going to do one that split tests the creative side of the ad. We'll also come back and split test the audience. Very simple. You can do either one. I typically do the creative one, but for completeness sake, we're going to look through both different kinds of tests. We'll do creative in this video. Click the continue button. You're going to see a whole litany of options here. The best thing you want to do with the creative ad is make sure you are testing 2 versions of the photo that you are using. Again, if you're going to use a video element, probably should use the video views ad. Not saying you can't do it here, but a photo is quick, it's easily digestible, and I'm finding the data that I'm seeing from my work is that you want to have a photo that doesn't have a bunch of graphics on it. You want it to feel as less like an ad as possible, so a regular old photo will do just fine. I don't recommend stock photos. Where are we going to be reaching people? Not the entire United States. I'm trying to reach young couples who are looking to get married in this hypothetical example. So we're going to say Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm going to lower the radius here to 10 miles. That should still give us plenty of people. I'm going to look at 18-year-olds to 65 plus. After all, folks that are getting married typically fall in that age range. I might even bump this up to 21. Use available data to make an educated guess here on the age range of the target audience that you are going to be serving ads to. If you know that you are trying to do videos for realtors, I highly doubt it you're going to have those precocious Dave Ramsey types who are 19 years old and doing real estate full time. I want to reach both men and women. I'm not going to specify the language, but I am going to make detailed targeting a priority. In this section, where it talks about detailed targeting, this is where we can get to the meat and potatoes of the specificity that Facebook ads afford us. I'm going to go here to the browse feature, click under demographics. In this hypothetical example, if we're going to do wedding videos, it behooves us to take a look at people who have had major life events. People that have an upcoming wedding, what do we know about them? They're engaged. Let's go ahead and click newly engaged people. Within the past 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, just for this example, I'm going to work with 3 months and 6 months. I don't have an extremely robust page. Nonetheless, I'm going to exclude people who like my page in this hypothetical example. My page is not very big. If it is very big, I probably don't want to exclude them. After all, this is my fan base. If I want them to know that I'm doing wedding videos, I might want to include those people. I'm going to include automatic placements. That way these ads are served across Facebook and all of its partner networks, including its very own Instagram. I am optimizing this ad for reach. We already knew that from the beginning. I'm not going to set a bid control. With the video views ads, I'm more than happy to set a cost, a cap limit. Sometimes I will start as low as a penny, maybe 2 pennies, to serve that ad and get somebody to watch it. With the reach campaign, I leave it blank. I don't always advise leaving something blank because I don't want them to just go willy-nilly, whether it's Google ads or Facebook ads, with my money. Nonetheless, in this example, and from the data that I'm seeing as I do these reach campaigns, we could be okay in the here and now 2020 to leave this field blank. I've watched the data like a hawk, and I know with certainty that our money isn't going to go into a vacuum. I don't want people to see this ad more often than once every 7 days. That's the frequency cap. You thought middle school math was useless? No, it's not. I get charged when people have an impression, meaning they are served the ad. They have a point where they have seen the ad in their Facebooking. Can we say that word? Facebooking. Ad scheduling, delivery type. If you know that you are going to run ads only during the daytime hours, well, you can specify that. I never do. There are people that work all kinds of crazy hours. I lived in Vegas for almost 5 years. I get it. The world runs on a 24/7 cycle, and in my mind, my ads should as well, especially when you have people that are just night owls anyways. They might be up on Facebook well past you or me. I'm going to include a lifetime budget, not a daily budget, in this hypothetical ad, and I'm going to say $50. Duration of 7 days. Pick and choose what works best for you. If you click the advanced settings, that's where you can actually decide how you want to run the ads. Now, a schedule might be beneficial to you. If you know that you need it to start on a Saturday and end on a Wednesday, that's where you can specify that. Make sure you pay attention to what time zone your ads are set to by default. Mine are still in Pacific Standard Time because of my stint in Vegas. It doesn't bother me to do the mental math and know that currently I got to adjust for the 2-hour difference being Central Standard Time these days. I'm going to go to continue to actually get this ad rolling out. The next step here is to actually include the photo in the ad that you're going to create, ad A, as well as the photo and the ad that you're going to create, ad B. Because we are doing a split test, you have 2 different ads that you're serving to this audience. In the next video, we'll look at how to split up that audience. But for now, it's the same audience, and they might see one of 2 different ads. That way we know what is the winning ad. Savvy? All right. I'm going to use Microbudgeter as my Facebook page and its corresponding Instagram account, because Instagram will get a few of those ads shown as well. They will be served a few of those ads in this format of carousel versus single image. Let's use single image for the sake of this illustration. If you want to use a carousel, that's great, but in reality, do a lot of people upload a carousel worth of photos? It depends on your circle that you're running with. Stick with a single image. It's easy because people are scrolling through. I don't want them to have to look for an image. I want them to see an image and very short, simple text. This is the part about advertising that we can all grow and learn about, especially as filmmakers. Why does marketing matter? Because even the big Hollywood players spend as much as a production budget or more on a completed film to get it out to the masses. So there's nothing wrong with doing this. For the sake of illustration, I'm going to use this photo here for a wedding ad in ad A. I'm going to go here to the desktop news feed. I'm going to click on this middle version because I want to know what exactly I'm seeing in its entirety. The mobile version will always have less dressing to it. It's a smaller device. So if I click on the desktop, I get an idea for the entirety of my canvas. You'll see momentarily what I mean when I click the add website URL. That'll load some additional options here. Primary text, no. If I'm trying to do a wedding ad, it's not about teaching others what I do at the website microbudgeter.com. It's going to be short and simple. Keep it simple. Use a simple headline. There's no need to be extravagant. Do you need a wedding video? It's like the old ad that said, hey, do you need a horse? For those folks in the 19th century that might have need to buy a horse. There's no need to be over the top, fancy schmancy here. You don't want people guessing. When you were a kid, when I were a kid, we can remember all too well, and even nowadays, these 30-second spots on TV where 20 seconds in, you're not sure if it's a commercial for Levi's or a commercial for Jeep Cherokee. It doesn't make any sense, right? Why should your audience have to guess? There's no need to be clever here. I say be direct. After all of the clever, all of the creative comes in what we do. When we're trying to reach people with what it is we do, I would rather be direct. I have found favorable results this way. In this section, I want to keep something simple here where it says the description. When the fun is over, film lasts. Try again. I'm going to keep it simple. Exact quotes in minutes. If you are struggling with what to charge for your services, head on over to the website. I have plenty of resources and information, a lot of it free that you can use. And if you need something more advanced, I do have a spreadsheet, a tool that you can use so that you can generate with confidence and clarity an exact quote for your services in that first conversation with a prospective client. Let's finish up this ad. I'm going to include my URL for completeness. And in the call to action button, I'm going to tell people to get a quote. After all, I did put that in the headline there, that they could get an exact quote in mere minutes. At the end of the day, I'm going to go here to continue to add B. All I have to do in this ad set, in add B, is change up the picture and or the text. For the sake of illustration, all I'm going to do is change the image to a companion wedding image that I have. I'm going to make a slight change to the text. Instead of the businessy, financial kind of pitch about getting an exact quote, I'm going to say, don't make a mistake on your big day. Get a wedding video you'll love. And that's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle. At the very end of all of this, you'll want to go back to your ads manager and check back on it. Make sure everything is published. If it's not published, it'll let you know there should be some kind of error message in the top right corner on your desktop. I don't recommend doing this on a mobile device. You need a bigger canvas to take in all of this wealth of information in guiding you to make the most educated decisions when creating your ad. You'll get a notification from Facebook within the next hour or two of when it is you scheduled your ad to run. So if you scheduled it or you just told it to start running right away, regardless, check back, see that you get that notification within an hour or two of that launch time to make sure that your ad is in fact running. Until next time, keep creating with the King of Kings. I hope that you will take this God-given gift that you have to go and tell and make visual stories and use it for the glory of God and the glory of God alone. See you later.